Hello guys, it's Xeerbo and Rhino and welcome to one more Played Right. Today in this video I will walk you through the rules of Champions of Nexum, which is a brand new game coming to Kickstarter very soon by Board Legends. I'm also doing a giveaway. I am giving away this fantastic pre-production copy of the game to one lucky winner. This copy has beautiful resin miniatures, this great playing mat, there's also felt lining inside the box. Everything is very well made. So the giveaway starts right now, and in order to enter, first of all, you need to make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Then you go to the webpage of the game. You can find also the link in the description below and register so that you are notified when the campaign starts. And then the winner of this giveaway will be determined randomly from the comments under the video. The designers wanted to decide on the name of one of the champions of the game, and all you have to do is leave a comment under the video saying which one of the two options of the names you prefer. There is this champion right here. He's a shaman. Which name do you prefer? Option A is Har-Kreek and option B is Xeerbo. So just leave a comment with the name that you prefer and there will be a random draw for the winner. The last day of the giveaway will be the 19th of January, and I will announce the winner the next day, the 20th, on Instagram, and I'll leave a comment under this video as well. So you have like 10 days to enter the giveaway by subscribing to my channel, registering on the webpage, and leaving a comment under this video with the name of the champion that you prefer. So Champions of Nexum is an adventure game inspired by multiplayer online battle arena video games. There are two teams and each is trying to reach and destroy the opponent's castle. Each team can have from 1 to 3 players, and each player controls 1 or 2 champions depending on the player count. In the example today we have a 2x2 game, each of the 4 players controlling one of these mighty champions, the red representing House Ragnar and the blue representing House Amdon. Let's set up the game and all the components so that we can get started. You place down the board and then you put all the garrison figurines, red and blue, in the spaces for them, as well as the guard towers of the matching color. You place the victory markers on the first space of the victory track and the time marker on the first space of the time track. I will explain how both of these tracks work in a bit. Then you place all the different color crystals as well as the energy points and the dice close to the board. You shuffle and place the decks of cards. We have the deck of jungle cards, the path cards, the spell cards, and the artifact cards. Last, as the time track indicates as well, you place the rats miniatures on the spaces on the board with the matching symbols. And that was the main setup. Now each team selects one player to roll the 10-sided die, and the highest roll wins the initiative. The team who has the initiative chooses whether they want to be the team that chooses their champions first or the team that takes the first turn. The first team to select their champions collects the champion cards they want, and then they pass the remaining cards to the other team. Every champion has its miniature and places under it the corresponding base of their team color and starts from the castle of their color. They also get hit points according to their health and place them next to their champion's card. Then you draw 3 artifact cards and place them on these slots. And last, each team draws 1 card from their corresponding quest deck and places it face up. Each team then chooses in what order they want their champions to be taking their turns. There was already one team determined to take the first turn, and she's followed by a champion from the other team. Then it's the first team again, and so on. So to win the game, you need to reach and destroy your opponent's castle before they do. The path is initially blocked by guard towers, which can be destroyed by progressing on the victory track. When you earn a victory point, either by completing a quest, defeating an opponent, or slaying a monster, you progress on the victory track and you can choose a lane and destroy the guard tower of that lane that's closer to the center of the board. This is what this symbol indicates. To assault the opponent's castle, you need to attempt a victory action successfully after you've managed to remove the garrison before it through a successful siege action. We'll see that in more detail when we go through the actions that you can do during your turn. Every team needs to always have at least 1 active quest at any point in time. The quests have 2 parts which can be completed in any order, and they entail moving a specific color crystal to a specific location on the board to gain a move on the victory track, and they can be attempted by any of the champions in the team. When both parts are completed, then every team member is rewarded with either an artifact or a spell. There is also a side quest listed that gives you a smaller reward, and it needs to be completed before the main quest is finished. Each champion has 2 special and unique skills they can use during the game when it's specified in the description. And these are their stats: the hit points, the damage they can deal to others, and the defense and attack values, which correspond to the amount of defense and attack dice they roll during combat. You can also create your own champion in the website of the game with your own skills and statistics, like this one that the designers of the game made for me. Now it's time to see what you can actually do during your turn. You have the base actions, and you also have the actions from the 2 available stances, adventure or attack. So you can perform any of the base actions and any of the actions from the stance that you will choose for the turn in any order. The base actions are hunt, move, spell, and exchange. When you move, you can move up to 2 spaces unless you want to spend 1 energy point to move 1 additional space. You can never end your movement or walk through locations with guard towers of the opposing team, but you can move freely through your own. The hunt action allows you to attack a monster that is in the same location as you, but only if you have advantage. Advantage in the game is defined as having more champions in a certain location than the opposing team. So to hunt, you roll a test die, as does every ally in your location, and adds the roll to yours. You need to roll a number equal or higher than the monster's test difficulty value, and in that case, you win the reward listed, or you lose health points in the opposite case. You can always spend 3 energy points to reroll a failed roll per test die. For the spell action, you need to spend 4 energy points to draw a new spell card. And last, for the exchange action, you and your allies can exchange any number of crystals as long as you are in the same location. If you choose the adventure stance, then you have 2 available actions, explore and victory. In the explore action, you draw a card from the deck corresponding to your location. For this symbol, you draw a path card that mostly gives you energy points, and if you are in a jungle location, you draw a jungle card that gives you a jungle card test that, if successful, would usually give you a crystal with the color of the space you're at. You can spend 3 energy points to reroll a failed jungle card test. Then the other action you can perform is the victory action. You can only perform this action in a garrison location that is not occupied by a garrison or a troll, and you need to have the advantage. As we said earlier, have more champions from your team than your opponent in that location. So you attempt to attack your opponent's castle by rolling the test die, and every ally assists you in that by adding their roll to yours. You can always spend 3 energy points to reroll a test die, and in order to see whether your roll was successful, you compare it to the victory point difficulty according to where your team is on the victory map. So in this case, you need a total of 10 or higher for a successful victory action. If you successfully perform the victory action, then your team wins the game, and if you fail, then you take 5 damage. The other stance you can choose instead of the adventure one is the attack. The attack stance gives you the duel action and the siege action. With the duel, you can attack an enemy character in your location. You have your attack dice that you roll accordingly to your stat, and you add 1 more die to it for every ally in your location. And the enemy has their defense dice, and they add as well if there is any of their allies there. You can spend any number of energy points to re-roll that many dice. Then the 2 teams compare successes, and if the attacker has equal or more successes after all the re-rolls, then the attack was successful and the defender loses hit points equal to the attacker's damage value, increased by the number of damages of the attack roll. In addition, the attacker can loot, taking 1 crystal or 1 energy point from the defender, plus the attacker gets from the supply any energy points equal to the energy points rolled in the attack roll. If the attack was not successful, the attacker receives damage equal to the amount of damage rolled during the defense roll, and the defender is the one now gaining energy points equal to the energy points they rolled. If a champion's hit points ever reaches 0, then this champion is defeated, and the other team immediately gains 2 victory points. The defeated champion is immediately moved to the team's castle, laying on her side to indicate that she loses the next turn. In the turn after, she gets back up, recovers all hit points, and continues playing. In every round, after all players have completed their turns, we move to the upkeep phase, where we move the time marker by 1 space clockwise and place on the board the new monsters that come up. Every champion receives 1 energy point, and the new round begins, in which all players can take advantage of the extra bonus of the round, allowing them to move 1 additional space, add 1 to their test rolls, and so on. So let's have a look at what artifacts can do. When being rewarded an artifact from completing a quest, you can choose one of the 3 open ones, or you can draw the top one from the deck. Artifacts modify the statistics of their owners, so they can be about attack, defense, hit points, jungle, or monster tests, and some may be sacrificed for an effect described on the card. Each champion can possess up to 3 artifacts. Then we also have the spells, which you can get either from quests or by spending 4 energy points and acquiring 1 as a base action. The spells are 1-use cards, so after you use them, you discard them, and a player cannot have more than 3 spell cards in their possession at any one time. These are the basic rules of the game, and they're recommended more for beginners as an easy mode. For more advanced modes, the game will have special scenario cards that will up the difficulty level, and that you will be able to combine any number of them in one single game. So that was Champions of Nexum. For those of you who would like to enter the giveaway, like we said, you need to subscribe on the channel, leave a comment, and go to the webpage and register to be notified for when the campaign starts. And also this way you will receive a free Kickstarter exclusive orc miniature if you back the campaign on the first day. So stay tuned until the 20th to see who the giveaway winner will be. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.